Hey guys, Tori here from Overlook Horizon. I think we're live. It's been an interesting morning, afternoon, whatever it is, to get started. I think, I'm so, like, nobody has any idea what was happening behind the scenes here, but I was so stressed out. I literally fixed my audio issues like maybe 15 seconds before you saw my face. Like, I was over here scrambling like crazy, and I could not get my audio to work. And I thought I had it working, then I pushed the go live button, and I went live, and nothing was working. I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do now? And I literally fixed it like 10 or 15 seconds before the camera switched to my face. Ah. Okay, well, welcome. Hopefully that's it. We're good to go. We're live. We're here. for an afternoon Starlink launch this morning, which we haven't had one of these recently. I mean, there's a lot of Starlink launches happening, but the last couple have been overnights. I haven't covered them because, I don't know, Starlink launches in the middle of the night, sometimes that gets, tough to wake up super early or stay up super late to cover that. So, but we're here. This will be a nice afternoon matinee launch, if you will, for another set of 60 Starlink satellites, and hopefully we get a nice view, and hopefully my computer decides to cooperate with me here today. And I know I see Suzanne says, we would have never known. I know, I just felt like I had to share that with you because it was like a tension, like just stress relief, just to be like, listen, this is what was happening about 10 seconds ago. So I figured I'd share it with you and at least let you know the struggles that I was going through. So, anyways, we're good to go here today, and I think we're actually going to see a successful a launch today because weather is looking fantastic. So why don't we? I'm afraid to push any of these buttons because I'm just afraid of my computer not cooperating with me. Let's see if it works. Yeah, okay, we're okay. So weather's looking pretty good here for today. The 45th Space Wing down at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station has given us a less than 10% chance of violating launch constraints today, which means that we're 90+% go for today in terms of weather. Now, this is the primary weather conditions, does not include upper level wind or booster recovery weather, things like that. They do make a little note of it over in the side here, and it does say that upper level wind shear is moderate of a risk today, but everything else, generally that would be like precipitation, clouds, the electrified nature of the environment, whether we got lightning in the area, all that's considered in the less than 10%. So all that's looking really good. We just gotta hope the upper level winds hold out, which I think they will. So I think we're in pretty good shape here today for a nice launch. Launch here today is going to be a Starlink launch. We've seen these before, but we're going to see this is launch number 23. Actually, technically, it's the 24th launch, but it's the 23rd of the version 1.0 operational satellites. So, trajectory that we see is going to be to the northeast. It's the same that we've seen on all the other Starlink launches. We are not yet launching polar. Now, they are planning to do some polar orbiting satellites this summer. We do have, there's like one lone polar orbiting Starlink from the transporter mission, or I think there might be 10 of them, but it was one launch that are in polar orbit. All the rest of them are in this 50-ish degree inclination, so they don't cover the polar regions. I'll show you that in a minute. We show that every single time. But heading to the northeast, probably going to be tough to see if you're along the east coast here, so I don't imagine you probably see it. But obviously, if you're in Florida, great day to see a launch. I think, well, it's kind of overcast, I think, in Florida. A little bit, or hazy maybe, but I think that weather's supposed to clear up. That was the last I looked. And that was a couple hours ago, because I've been struggling with my computer for the last couple of hours. Buffering a little. Oh. I do see some buffering here on my end. Okay. You're right. I do see it. Huh. Yep. I don't know why it's buffering. All of a sudden, my stream. Oh wait, here. Maybe we could fix this. Hold on. Can I fix it? Let's do this. Let's do this. There. That might fix it. That might fix the buffering. Hopefully that fixed some of the lag that we were having there. So. Because I was struggling. It's actually my computer was. I'll give you. Well, this is not what you guys are here for. But I'll tell you the background, anyways. My computer decided to do a Windows update like an hour ago, and it took like the full hour to do the Windows update. It's the worst, right? Why? Like, it's like I try to, I'm getting ready to stream, and it's like, yeah, you know what? This is the best time to do a Windows update. Like, really? Okay. So, anyways, I went through that Windows update, and my computer came on like 5 minutes before I was going to go live. It finally finished. And then when it came on, then I was having all sorts of audio issues trying to get the audio to work again. But anyway, so there were a bunch of things that were still trying to start up. My computer wasn't fully started yet, and a couple of those things were taking some bandwidth. So I think I got it resolved now. It should be good now. Hopefully, we'll get rid of some of the thing. Windows, that's your problem, says Victoria. I know, right? I've always been a Windows guy. I'm not a big fan of Mac. I use a lot of Linux. I got that going for me. But yeah, the Windows updates. Telling you, they'll get you every time. All right, let's go back to SpaceX now that we got the buffering sorted out. Yeah, so here's our launch trajectory here today. Northeast direction. We do have 2 burns here today, so we have the initial orbital insertion burn, and then we do have a short burn, if I can move the thing over here, right over here, over the Indian Ocean. Real quick one right there, and then we get deployment of the satellites. It's not going to be until about an hour after launch. Now I lost the Earth. The Earth is gone. Come back. Okay, well, done with that anyways. It's just not my day, guys. It just doesn't want to go. We're gonna power through. We're gonna just keep on keeping on, and hopefully something will come together. So we talked about how it doesn't have polar coverage. Here's our Starlink, what we've got right now for Starlink. The web of Starlink satellites, which is growing, but still nothing really polar. You can see, if you look carefully, there's one blue line right here. You can barely see it. There's one blue line, one set of polar orbiting satellites for Starlink. But right now we got a big gap in coverage up here. So Santa is not happy, neither are the penguins with Starlink. But everybody else is starting to get pretty good Starlink coverage. So beta is supposed to be available for a lot of people by this summer. So definitely check out starlink.com if you want to sign up for the beta test. Okay, what? I feel like I'm all over the map today because I'm just the computer issues, and it's just not my day. Well, let's look at what. Did we look at weather already? I don't even know. I can't even keep track of what's happening today. Oh, this is the worst. It's a nice professional stream that you're getting here today, everybody. So yeah, weather looking okay. Ground level winds, not too bad. We've got our satellite view. There were some clouds in the area here, but nothing real big. No thick cumulus clouds, which is always the big concern. Look at our radar for precipitation. Nothing there. But really, the only thing we got to watch out for today is our upper level winds, which are a little bit of a moderate risk here. So if we go to 12 kilometers, which is generally where the upper level winds are, usually like 30 to 45,000 feet. Upper level winds picking up quite a bit right over the Cape, 116 miles per hour. So that's it's a little quick, but I think we'd still be all right to launch through that. Usually the days that we would see them scrub for that is when they're starting to get up for 130, 140 miles per hour. On the wind conditions. Also, you got to consider that it's not just the wind speed for upper level winds. So you're talking wind speed, but also the pace or the transition period to get up to that wind speed. So if it transitions very quickly from low speed to high speed, that can be a concern, which it is a little bit of a concern today because we go from 60 miles per hour at 9 kilometers up to 116 miles per hour at 12 kilometers. So in 3 kilometers range, we double the wind speed. So it is a little bit quick. So that's really the concern. And then you also have to consider wind direction as well. So it's speed, I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's a term that I'm looking for, but I can't find it. But it's the how quickly it transitions to that speed, and also the direction of wind when we're considering whether upper level winds will be a concern today. So that's the little bit of a concern that I have here for today, but I think we're in good shape. I think we'll actually see a launch today. So the plan for today, I think that covers everything. It covers everything I wanted to cover before launch. So now we'll just see. SpaceX is live, but they're not actually speaking yet. So we just have the SpaceX intro card. So while we wait from them, let's check in with you guys. See what everybody's saying. Anybody have computer tips to fix this piece of? Oh, here they are. They're about to start talking. Let's see. I see buffering issues seem to be fixed. Thank you, Adrian. Tori's brain's also doing a Windows update. Yeah. Tori's brain has just decided that I've had enough for today. You need to take a day to do maintenance on your computer. This is the computer that I use almost every day, so usually it's fine, but just didn't want to... It wasn't in the mood today. Things you don't expect Tori to say. I've lost the Earth. I like that one from Melina. So I think, oh, here we go. Let's turn them up. Let's listen in.
It's 12:34 p.m. Eastern Time launch from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. My name is Jesse Anderson, a lead manufacturing engineer here at SpaceX, joining you from our headquarters in Hawthorne, California. You're watching a live webcast for our 24th Starlink mission and our 10th mission of 2021, all on reflown boosters. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX to provide high-speed, low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe. As the team continues to expand globally, we are also continuing to connect communities here in the United States. Just recently, the Nooksack Indian tribe became participants in the Starlink beta program. Located in Whatcom County in Washington state, most of the Nooksack tribal areas did not have the infrastructure to deliver high-speed internet to its residents. The Nooksack Tribal Council is providing more than 100 households in their community with Starlink service who had been negatively impacted by not having internet during the pandemic. These families began to receive service last month and are now able to use the internet for work, school, and even access telemedicine. In other exciting news, last week we announced the 4-person crew who will be the first private citizens to fly onboard Dragon.
That's pretty exciting.
We'll share these new details for the Inspiration 4 mission a bit later in the webcast. Now we're currently at T-minus 11 minutes and 45 seconds from liftoff of our next batch of Starlink satellites. So with that, let's take a closer look at the rocket on your screen.
I'm Yomezo, a Dragon propulsion engineer here at SpaceX, and you're looking at a live view of Falcon 9 as it sits on our launch pad 40 at Cape Canaveral, Florida. Our 2-stage launch vehicle stands about 70 meters tall, and when it's fully fueled, it'll hold just over 1 million pounds of propellant, and the vehicle will burn through this in less than 3 minutes after liftoff. We prepped Falcon 9 for launch in our hangar at the base of the pad, and upon completing final checkouts, Falcon 9 rolled out to the pad with the Starlink payload and went vertical earlier this morning around 1:40 a.m. Eastern Time. The bottom 2/3 of the vehicle you see there is the first stage. It previously flew 6 times, having supported the launch of NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station, ANASIS-II, CRS-21, Transporter-1, and 2 previous Starlink missions, the most recent of which was less than a month ago. The objective of the first stage is to accelerate the vehicle through the Earth's atmosphere to space and then separate from the rest of the rocket. Once the first stage separates from the second stage, it'll make its way back down to Earth and target a landing on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. To give you some perspective, our drone ships are equivalent in size to a football field, and the landing area that you see right there is approximately 200 feet by 150 feet. That's big enough that a hockey rink would fit inside that landing area of the drone ship.
True story. It's huge.
If successful, today's landing will mark the 79th recovery of an orbital class rocket. Above the first stage is the second stage, which has a single Merlin vacuum or MVAC engine, which ignites after the first stage separates. At full power, the Merlin vacuum engine operates with the greatest efficiency ever for an American-made hydrocarbon rocket engine. The second stage is what will carry our Starlink satellites to orbit. At the very top of the rocket there is a large nose cone, and this is called the fairing. Made of a carbon composite material, the fairing protects satellites on their way to orbit and is jettisoned approximately 3 minutes into flight. Just like our first stage, today we will be using a flight-proven fairing and will be attempting to recover each half again with a contracted recovery vessel named Sheila Bordelon. Yeah. Reusability is critical to what we do here at SpaceX, and it allows SpaceX to refly the most expensive parts of the rocket, which in turn drives down the cost of space access. At just under T-minus 9 minutes, let's take a look at how we're progressing in the countdown.
The chief engineer held a technical poll at T-minus 1 hour, and the launch director held a propellant load and launch go-no-go poll at T-minus 38 minutes. Falcon 9 has been loading propellant since T-minus 35 minutes, and our fuel is a refined form of kerosene, which we call RP1. Our oxidizer is a super chilled liquid oxygen called LOX. And to densify the LOX, we chill it well below the boiling point, allowing us to fill the propellant tanks as much as possible. We use the same propellants on both stages, as the second stage is primarily a short version of the first stage, which is one of the many reliability features in the Falcon design. With fuel and oxidizer on hand, we need an ignition source to complete the fire triangle. For this, Falcon 9 uses TTEB, which you'll see at T-minus 2 seconds via the green spark right before the rocket takes off.
Might be tough to see today.
In addition to RP1 and LOX aboard, Falcon 9 uses helium to keep the tanks pressurized in flight and the propellant flowing correctly into the engines without air bubbles as the propellants deplete. Helium load began before the webcast went live and will continue to be topped off until a minute and a half before launch. Very shortly, we will open the pre-valves between the first stage engines and the propellant tanks. And at T-minus 7 minutes, engine chill will begin. This will cool the turbo pumps and avoid thermal shocks when we start the pumps at T-minus 2 seconds to light the Merlin engines. The vehicle is healthy, and we're currently working no issues. Range is still green. Weather is looking great, as you can see on your screen. We got some beautiful blue skies over there in Florida. We have a 90% chance of favorable weather for T0. And all systems continue to be go for liftoff at 12:34 p.m. Eastern Time. If for some reason we don't launch today, we do have a backup opportunity tomorrow at 12:12 p.m. Eastern Time.
No word on upper level?
In February, we announced the world's first all-commercial astronaut mission to orbit, commanded by Jared Isaacman, the 37-year-old founder and chief executive officer of Shift4 Payments, and an accomplished pilot and adventurer. The mission is named after Inspiration 4 because of the 4-person crew's mission to inspire support for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and send a humanitarian message of possibility. Since February, the other 3 crew members have been selected from the general public, and we are excited to tell you a little bit more about them, their roles, and the mission. Together, this 4-person crew represents the pillars and purpose for the Inspiration 4 mission: leadership, hope, prosperity, and generosity, with Jared representing leadership. Haley Arsenault of Memphis, Tennessee will serve as the medical officer overseeing medical care and experiments on the mission and occupy the seat of hope. Haley's selection is particularly poignant for this mission as she is a former cancer patient of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now at 29 years old, she has become an inspiration to others at the hospital where she works as a physician's assistant. Dr. Cyan Proctor is a 51-year-old entrepreneur, educator, trained pilot, and active voice in the space exploration community. She was awarded the seat of prosperity after being selected as the top entrant of an independently judged online business competition conducted by the Shift4 Shop e-commerce platform. Dr. Proctor will serve as the mission pilot and back up the commander and support related needs throughout the mission. Christopher Simbrowski is a 41-year-old mechanical fault detection and diagnostics lead at Lockheed Martin and United States Air Force veteran. He was awarded the seat of generosity after contributing to a special fundraising campaign for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Mr. Simbrowski will serve as the mission specialist and help manage payload, science experiments, communications to mission control, and more. Over the coming months, the crew will undergo rigorous commercial astronaut training by SpaceX before their targeted launch date, which is no earlier than September of this year.
It's going to be an exciting
We're
mission.
currently just under 4.5 minutes from liftoff, and Falcon 9 is now moving into the final stages of the countdown. We're currently waiting for the transporter erector, or the TE, to retract. The TE is that structure next to the vehicle behind the fairing, as you can see there, and the clamps are starting to open up there. Now, after the clamps are fully open, the transporter erector will begin to retract away from the rocket slightly. And then at T0, hydraulics will pull the TE farther away from Falcon 9 to clear the way as the vehicle lifts off. It looks like the clamps are just about finished, and the TE is retracting back. It looks very slight, but it's just enough to move away from the vehicle. And we use the TE to roll the rocket out to the pad and raise it to its vertical launch position. It also provides liquids, gases, electrical connections to the second stage, as well as air conditioning to the payload fairing. And it looks like that TE retraction is now complete. The first and second stages are both nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. Superchilled liquid oxygen is our propellant oxidizer, and when its temperature is increased, it turns from liquid to gas, which is why you see some white clouds around Falcon 9, and that's that liquid oxygen meeting the warmer...
bleed verification.
It's that liquid oxygen meeting that warmer, humid ambient air.
Stage 1 LOX load complete.
And there's that call out that stage 1 LOX loading is now complete. Second stage will wrap up LOX load at T-minus 2 minutes. T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will be in startup, and this means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers have taken over the launch countdown. Just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, we light the Merlin M1D engines, and we use TTEB, as I mentioned earlier, as our ignition fluid. And when TTEB mixes with oxygen, it burns a green-colored flame, and then we allow the fuel into the thrust chamber, and the engine comes up to full power for liftoff at T0. Now, the Starlink payload continues to be healthy, and the Falcon 9 team is tracking no issues on the rocket. Weather is still looking beautiful over there in Cape Canaveral, and the range has cleared the surrounding ground, water, and airspace and are green for launch today.
Good news. Now, we don't have... So the payload fairing will be recovered out of the water.
Just waiting for that call out for second stage.
Complete.
Right on time. Stage 2 LOX load is now complete. And with the completion of LOX load, we will start to vent out the LOX line on the transporter erector, so you'll see a lot more of that white cloud that I mentioned earlier.
There
you can see it on your screen.
There's the last big vent before launch.
This is just the liquid oxygen venting out of the LOX line on that transporter erector.
Oh, pad mics are sounding solid today.
And just under 15 seconds or so, Falcon 9 will be in startup, and stage 1 and stage 2 will start to pressurize for launch.
Here we go.
Again, the weather looks amazing over there. Some blue skies. Great weather for a launch.
Falcon 9 in startup.
There's that call out that Falcon 9 is now in startup. Now we're just waiting on the final go for launch from the...
Stage 2, press for flight.
Waiting for the final go for launch from the launch director.
Uh-oh.
Falcon 9 Starlink LDs go for launch.
Oh, geez, made me nervous for a minute.
And there it is. All systems are go for launch.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Here we go. So it looks
now
like we're
let's
good for
listen
weather.
into the terminal count and watch as Falcon 9 takes our stack of Starlink satellites into space.
Here we go.
Stage
Let's
1,
do it.
startup pressures.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Falcon 9 is configured for flight.
Crank that volume up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff.
Falcon is pitching downrange.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, carrying our stack of Starlink satellites to orbit.
Nominal power and telemetry.
Max-Q is the next major event coming up here shortly, which will now be throttling down the engines, the M1D engines on that first stage for. Max-Q is the maximum aerodynamic pressure that the vehicle sees on ascent.
Vehicle is supersonic.
We get Max Q here in a couple seconds.
The weather, again, is looking beautiful, clear skies with an amazing view of Falcon on ascent there.
Max Q.
There's that call out that we have passed through Max Q. So in about a minute, we'll have 3 events happening back to back. That'll be main engine cutoff, or MECO, followed by stage separation and SES-1, or second engine start 1. Now MECO is where we shut down all 9 of those M1D engines on the first stage that you see burning there on your screen. That's in preparation for the second event, which is stage separation.
MVAC is chilling in.
Just heard that call out that MVAC chillin' has begun.
MVAC is
now,
chilling.
Stage separation is where the first stage separates from the second stage. And first stage will make its way back to Earth and attempt to land on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, while stage 2 continues on its journey with the third event, second engine start 1. That's where we light up that MVAC engine, and it will propel the second stage along with the Starlink satellites to their targeted drop-off orbit. Just under 20 seconds or so away from those 3 events, that's MECO, stage separation, and SES-1.
So stage separation's at about just over 2:30. So we're coming up on that here in just a couple seconds. You can see that exhaust plume really expand out.
Should be able to see MECO here in a few seconds with those 9 M1D engines shutting down here shortly.
Should be shut down here. Right there.
And MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
We're going to see it. Camera view. Camera. Oh, there's separation, but we're not...
MVAC ignition and throttle up.
Okay.
And there we've had main engine cutoff and stage separation. You can see that from the
thrusters
ground
firing.
Tracking view there. We did have a good call out of second engine start 1 on the second stage.
Fairing jettison confirmed.
Can't see it.
And we heard the call out for fairing deploy. And it looks like we don't have those onboard camera views, but we can still see the first and second stage on your screen there. Now, as a reminder, we will be attempting to recover the fairing halves today with our contracted recovery vessel named Sheila Bordelon.
Now, unfortunately, Miss Tree and Miss Chief, they're no more. They've been stripped of all the SpaceX equipment. Miss Tree yesterday left Cape Canaveral for the last time. They'll no longer be performing SpaceX
Acquisition
missions.
of signal, Bermuda.
So no more fairing catch in the net. They're not doing it anymore. They're still recovering them. They're going to parachute down, land them in the water, and then pluck them out of the water. But the big ships with the big net, Miss Tree, Miss Chief, they're no more. They've been stripped of all the equipment. They're not going to do SpaceX recoveries any longer.
And it does look like fairing separation was good. Now, as stage 2 takes our Starlink satellites to their targeted drop-off orbit, stage 1 will make its way back to Earth by executing 2 burns. The first is the entry burn. That's where 3 of the M1D engines will reignite. This helps to slow the stage down as it re-enters the upper part of the Earth's atmosphere. Now, the second burn is the landing burn, and this is the single engine burn that brings the vehicle's speed down rapidly in order to land on the drone ship, and that is that center E9 engine, which is just powerful enough to slow the vehicle down to touch down on that drone ship.
Second stage is following the nominal trajectory.
And we do hear that call out that second stage is looking nominal. Unfortunately, we do not currently have any onboard views of that second stage at the moment, but everything is still looking nominal so far.
I wonder why no onboard view today. I don't think that was planned as far as I know. You can see the stage 1 telemetry on the left there, which is nice. You can't see stage 2 because I'm in the way, which is probably not nice, but we'll get that later. But stage 1, just reached apogee. It's coming down now. So remember, even after separation, stage 1 continues to climb, and it will start to come down. But now it's coming down. The landing is at about, I think, 8:40. So we got some time before the actual landing. But yeah, apparently no onboard camera view. I don't know why that is. Hopefully, now they've gone very, very quiet. That makes me nervous. Hopefully, they didn't have any sort of computer problems like I had today. They've gone very quiet. That always makes me nervous. What's the telemetry doing? Can't see it. I gotta get myself out of the way. It's still accelerating. That's good. Okay. Accelerating's
good. If you're
good.
just joining us here, we did have a successful liftoff of our stage 1 from Falcon 9 from Cape Canaveral SLS-40, and we're currently stage 2. We do not have the camera views right now, but we do have confirmation that it is still looking good.
That's good.
Again, our stage 2 is delivering our Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit.
Wait a minute.
And that's our stack of 60 Starlink satellites.
Entry burn shut down.
I could see the camera
Second
behind
stage
her head.
continues to follow the nominal trajectory.
When she was
We just heard that call out. That stage 1 entry burn was successful, and there you can see we do have our stage 2 camera view finally back, and it is looking good there with that MVAC nozzle glowing.
It was weird. I could see the camera behind her head.
And there's our stage 1 view back on our left as it continues to cruise down, getting ready for the start of its landing burn in about 30 seconds here. You can see those hypersonic grid fins of the first stage there on your left, and they control and help orient that first stage as it comes back down to
Stage
Earth.
1 transonic.
I'm thinking they must have just had...
Stage 1 will be targeting landing on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. And right before landing, it will deploy 4 carbon fiber landing legs.
My guess is maybe they just didn't have the...
Start of terminal guidance.
Maybe they didn't have the camera available for the live stream. They probably had the camera views. They just had some sort of issue. Burn. Here we go.
At the start of stage 1 landing burn. This burn will last about 30 seconds. You can see it coming down towards the Atlantic Ocean there. What a beautiful view from that stage 1 camera.
Land it! Come on, land it! Look at that.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
All the way down from on board. Oh. Okay.
What a...
What happened here?
What an amazing view.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
What an amazing view of that stage 1 landing burn. We got our cameras back just in time for that. And this marks our 79th successful recovery of an orbital class rocket. And the 7th recovery of this particular booster.
Expected loss of signal, Kate.
That was pretty cool
to see. We had an expected loss of signal there, but
nominal orbital insertion.
We did have confirmation of second engine cutoff and a good orbit. And now stage 2 is going to coast in this orbit for the next 35 minutes or so. And while that happens, take a look at this animation showcasing where we are in the coast phase, and we'll see you back here at T plus 45 minutes for a second stage relight.
All right, so they're gonna crank up their music. We'll put our own music up there, but there we go. It was a little different than usual. We didn't have a camera feed for the longest time, which was a bit unusual, but once they got it back, and actually I could see it when she was talking. I don't know if you noticed, but I forget which one was talking, but you could see it over her shoulder. I could see the camera view, because they basically broadcast in front of mission control. And so you could see the camera view over her shoulder. So my guess is that they probably had the cameras just fine, just maybe they had some sort of issue with their live stream encoder or something like that, and they couldn't get the cameras to display on their live stream. So it's kind of the theme of the day. The live streaming's not working. So but yeah, so eventually we got the cameras back and actually got a pretty cool view. We don't normally see the booster landing from on board the booster. Usually they just show us from the drone ship, because usually once it gets below cloud level for stage 1, we lose the camera feed. They don't have it anymore because it's gone over the horizon, and they don't have a tracking station. They can actually pick it up and grab the onboard footage. So usually we just see the landing from the actual drone ship, but today we saw it from the drone ship and from the booster. So that was kind of cool. Glad they got the cameras back in time for that. So, yeah, let's see. So now we've got quite a bit of time. I did mention, you'll see I've got fairing landing on my events list. The fairing's still going to land. They're still going to parachute it down. But as I mentioned during the actual launch, no catch with the fairing catching boats with the nets. They're not doing that anymore. They've decided that they're giving up on it, apparently. So I think it's a combination of one, they've been landing them in the water, and they've been able to refurbish them and reuse them using that method. So they're just parachuting and soft landing in the water. They've been doing that while they were trying to work on catching them, and that's been working fine. So landing in the water, they're like, all right, well, this is working. And two, it turns out that trying to catch the fairing halves in a net on a boat is kind of hard. So it sounds like they've determined that it's not worth the effort anymore. And so they're just going to parachute them into the water and then pick them up. And so we've kind of been speculating that maybe this was coming, but Miss Tree and Miss Chief, like I said, they've been stripped of all their SpaceX equipment. Miss Tree left Cape Canaveral yesterday and is heading to Louisiana for whatever her next mission is going to be that is non-SpaceX. And Miss Chief, I think, is still in Port Canaveral, but is being stripped of all her equipment and will go on to a different use in the future. So, unfortunately, we won't see that anymore. Let's see what you guys are saying here, and then my plan before all this is we'll talk about the Starlink deployment. We usually do that. Was probably going to do a little bit of Kerbal action while we wait for deployment, but we'll get to that here in just a minute. Let's chat it up a bit, grab some questions, and then we'll switch over and get some. Why don't I do a replay while we're waiting, and then we'll grab some questions. Maybe we'll crank up the volume a little bit for the replay, because good pad mics today. They were pretty solid.
Falcon 9 is configured for flight.
Let's turn a replay text on. There we go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff.
Falcon is pitching downrange.
Falcon 9 has successfully...
All right, so I'm going to turn them down while they talk, now that we've heard the actual launch itself. If you actually want to hear it, the actual audio, you can use the rewind function. But we'll keep it playing here while we grab some questions. Then maybe we'll do a little bit of Kerbal, try to do some SpaceX Kerbal action. Let's see, let me go back to a couple questions. We saw somebody asked if they were, do you think, Corey over on Facebook said, do you think they're censoring the feed after the last Starship launch? No, I don't think the lack of camera view today had anything to do with censoring it. I think they were probably just having some sort of issue like I had today, and they just, they were not able to show it to us today. So whether they lost the camera feed during the launch, maybe, but I'm guessing no. A complete guess. I'm guessing they had the camera feed in mission control. They were just having an issue getting the camera feed into their live stream setup. That's what it seemed like to me, just because when they were talking, when the hosts were talking, I could see it, the camera feed over their shoulder. So I don't think it has anything to do with censoring, because again, while the hosts are talking, you can see the camera feed behind them. So I think that's just fine. I mean, obviously, we would prefer to have a camera feed, but I don't think there's any sort of censoring or conspiracy or anything like that. What happens to the second stage after using it? That's a good question, because the last time, what happened with the second stage was not what was supposed to happen. So the second stage is planned to deorbit, and they're going to they deploy the satellites, turn it around, fire the engines, bring them back, let it deorbit, and it's supposed to have a nice controlled, planned deorbit. Of course, with all my updates today on the computer, I was going to try to play my deorbitate button, but it's not working here. Let me see. This one? Let's try it. Does it work now? Deorbitate. There it is. Okay. It worked. So all after it updated, all my buttons. It's going to deorbitate. There we go. They all stopped working. Okay. Anyway, so the second stage is going to deorbitate. Right, it's going to deorbit. It's going to come back. But the last time, there was some sort of failure on the actual deorbit maneuver, and it came back in an uncontrolled fashion over the west coast of the United States, and actually part of they discovered one of the COPVs. That's a composite overwrap pressure vessel. They're inside the Falcon 9, most commonly used for helium. So they use helium to backfill the fuel tank. So as the kerosene and the liquid oxygen come out of the fuel tanks, in order to keep the pressure up, they pump in helium into the fuel tanks so they stay pressurized. And they're inside a COPV, composite overwrap pressure vessel, and they're pretty robust little tanks. But apparently one of those from the second stage survived and made it all the way down to the ground after the uncontrolled deorbit of the second stage just a couple of weeks ago, and it landed in like Washington State, I think, in a farm field. So obviously that's not ideal, but that's not what usually happens. Usually it deorbits over the ocean. Usually it's off the coast of Australia, off the west coast of Australia is usually where it is. Do I still have that up? I closed a lot of things. Here we go. I closed a lot of things when I was having all those computer issues, but here you go. This is the second stage deorbit hazard area right here. So that's where the second stage is planned to come back down, is right here. Somewhere in here, there's debris, there's pieces. It's not super controlled, like they don't land it. They do a deorbit burn, they let it come back, and it burns up in the atmosphere, and you'll get debris that can be anywhere along this hazard area here. So it's a pretty wide area. For the most part, 99% of it never makes it down to the ground. It burns up in the atmosphere, but things like that COPV could potentially make it all the way down to the ground. And that was what happened a couple of weeks ago, except it was over Washington State, and a lot of people in like Seattle area, I think, saw it. Yeah, it was people were freaking out over it because it's, when it comes back in the atmosphere, it breaks up, and so it's glowing in the atmosphere, but it's a million pieces, so it looks like a whole million pieces streaking across the sky. It was kind of crazy, but that's what happens. This is what's supposed to happen to the second stage. That's what happened a couple weeks ago to the second stage. Hopefully we don't have that again. I've not seen that happen in any other mission that I can think of off the top of my head, but obviously we don't want that to be a regular occurrence. All right, let's see what else we have here. And oh wait, let's get the replay back up. So I'm gonna let this play out here until we get to I don't know, maybe until we get to booster landing, and then we'll switch over to, I should probably start up Kerbal because it takes forever to start up on my machine. So then we'll play around in some Kerbal a little bit, and then we got deployment that's not until an hour after launch, so we got some time to hang out for a bit. People thought it was Armageddon here in Seattle, says Graham. Yeah, Graham, I think Graham's out in Seattle area somewhere. And yeah, that's, yeah, people were freaking out because it wasn't really announced. It's not like they said, hey, FYI, there's going to be a Falcon 9 second stage that's going to go streaking across the sky. And that was for a couple reasons. You know, one, they didn't, because it was uncontrolled, they didn't know exactly where it was going to come down. Like, if it was just like an hour later, it would have come down like halfway across the Earth. So they had no idea exactly where it was going to come down. They couldn't tell people like, hey, this is where it's going to come down. Do you have the video? I've seen the video. You can find the video on Twitter. I don't have permission to show it from anybody. I didn't ask anybody for permission to show it, but you can find it on Twitter. I just can't show it to you here because I don't have anybody's permission. Do you think they launched Starship SN11 in the heavy fog because they knew it would fail? No, I don't think they did it because they knew it would fail. I don't think they would have launched if they knew it would fail. I don't know why they launched in the fog, to be honest. Like, it's still very shocking. I know that the wind later in the day was worse, so they couldn't have launched later in the day, but like, I don't know, even like an hour later than when they launched, it seemed like the weather was better. So I don't know why they launched when they did for Starship SN11. That was crazy. I like this view here. This is pretty cool. The one on the far side. First stage booster coming in to land.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Look at this. See the shadow coming in? That's pretty cool. A little bit of latency here.
What an amazing
That was cool.
view.
And we don't usually see that view right there. And all the telemetry, you know, the telemetry that's behind me and the first stage that they just pulled off, that's all real live telemetry from SpaceX, not like the simulated telemetry that sometimes I use on the Starship streams. Let's see. All right, so is we started up Kerbal. It's not ready yet, but we'll switch over to that here in just a minute while we're waiting for deployments, because we got about 40 minutes here still. Do you think that the first Starship orbital attempt will be successful, says pilot Sam 004. I guess it depends on what your definition of successful is. I think that I think the first orbital Starship will get to orbit. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Really, it's the landing and the recovery part, I think, is the hardest part for Starship. Obviously, that's what's happening with the actual Starship itself. Is while we're doing these test flights, like, they launch just fine, they belly flop just fine. The landing is the tough part. I think when they start to do orbital flights, they'll probably launch fine, probably get to orbit just fine. Although if we look back at the Falcon 1. There were a couple issues actually getting to orbit during stage separation. So that was a problem during Falcon 1, was the stage separation mechanism. They were having some issues. One of them, stage separation, it like bounced around during stage separation, caused a failure. So stage separation, a little bit of a concern, not a huge concern, I don't think. But then I do think it'll reach orbit the first time around. But it's the re-entry. I think that'll be a problem, like surviving the re-entry heating, and then the actual, you know, obviously the hardest part is probably that landing burn. It's just crazy. All right, let's pump this all the way to the front there, like that, and my clock is just slightly off, so I'll update that like that. Okay. What else do we... Here you go. Jerry over on Facebook says that the second stage Falcon 9 was breaking up and burning right over my house in Hillsboro, Oregon. Yeah, it was a pretty long streak. So it started over Washington, like Washington, Oregon area, and went, I think, all the way to like Montana. It's a pretty long streak. In Kerbal, do full throttle max Q to show what happens. I don't know if I could simulate max Q that well in Kerbal. We can try. Because I don't think it's not going to break up like you would normally do. Oh, here we go. Oh, before I do that, I do want to show, we'll show this a little bit later as well too, but I like to show this during deployment. So one of the coolest things I think about Starlink is how they're actually deployed. So typically, in most satellite deployments, you have a spring pusher system that pushes the satellites off the front of the second stage. But because there are 60 Starlink satellites here, you can't have 60 individual spring pushers. That would take up too much space. You would have to launch fewer satellites. So instead, they just have a pin that holds them in place, and then they just let them go. And then they do this whole spin maneuver here that you're seeing on the screen. Because it's spinning, those satellites, when they let go, will be dispersed in slightly different speeds, and they kind of spread themselves out passively without extra propulsion or thrusters or anything like that. They kind of just spread out. I liked it. We'll show this again as we get close to deployment, but it's kind of cool. Da Vinci says, try it in realism overhaul. I should put the I don't have realism overhaul, but I should add that. That's in Kerbal Space Program. Just makes some of the physics and the visuals a little more realistic in Kerbal. It was a very strange choice to launch in the fog, says Melina. Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm really quite confused about the fog. Because I honestly have no idea why they launched in the fog. Let me see. I'm going to move this over to here so I can keep an eye on SpaceX when they come back. And in the meantime, let's play around. I figure we'll try to, I don't know, do something with the Falcon 9. Do you think Starship will be a success? I do think it will be a success. This is from Toby Loves Whatever on YouTube. I do think Starship will be a success, but I also think people, like, we got to be a little more patient. Like, everybody, you know, we've seen 4 Starships fail now. Like, I don't think that's that bad. You got to remember, SpaceX is they're a weird company when it comes to development. Like, most rocket companies would spend lots and lots of time developing and testing and simulating. SpaceX is trying to cut that short and be like, you know what? We're not sure if this is going to work. And instead of wasting time with simulations to find out if it's going to work and then launch it, let's just launch it. And then we'll really find out whether it works or not. And they launch it and they're like, yeah, well, you know what? It didn't work. Let's try again. It's a very strange methodology, but it does allow them to make lots of changes quickly. So instead of waiting to find out if something works after you've done all your simulations, you just fly it, see what happens, and then try again if it doesn't work. Let's see, you should try to land a Falcon 9 on a drone ship in KSP. I don't know. I used to have a plugin that would allow me to do separate, different stage landings. But I don't have that plugin anymore. It's not compatible with the latest version of Kerbal. But we could try it. So here's our Falcon 9 in Kerbal. And should we put something? I don't think we have anything in here. We should put something in here. And maybe we'll just say, you know, that I can't get it attached. Maybe we'll just land the first stage and we'll say we'll sacrifice the second stage, because I don't think in Kerbal I can't really do both unless I have a plugin. And I don't have one that works at the moment. Okay, why? Okay, well, let's just load it again, because let's see. The Burt Dad says, I'm entering the Dear Moon project. That's pretty awesome. And respect and trust SpaceX. Yeah, if you're going to enter Dear Moon, you definitely have to, for sure. What they're doing is merely trial and error, and soon, maybe not at the hopeful time, but in time, things will be accomplished. Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to say it. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's time to get concerned yet. I think, they're going to keep on trying. I mean, so if we look at like fairing recovery, look how long they tried to catch the fairings in the net before they decided, all right, this isn't for us. Like, they're going to keep trying. I mean, I don't even know how many fairing catch attempts we tried. It must have been like 60 or something like that before they were like, all right, you know what? It's not working. Like, we're only at 4 Starship launches. Like, we got time. How long does it take for the satellites to get to their final destination altitude after launch? That's a good question, David. That generally takes 2 to 4 weeks after they're deployed for them to actually get to their operational orbit. So they get deployed into a lower orbit. They do all their checkouts, make sure they can communicate, and they do that on purpose so that if there's any sort of problem with the satellite itself, that it will deorbit. It's going to deorbitate passively. So if they can't communicate with the satellites because it's in that lower orbit, it will deorbit automatically. It'll deorbit automatically, just passively because it's in that lower orbit. And then over the next 2 to 4 weeks, they gradually raise the orbits of groups of satellites and get them into their final orbital altitude of about 550 kilometers. So it's about 2 to 4 weeks in most cases. It can be longer. It's not a guarantee, but all right, so you want to try, let's see. So in order to control the first stage, I'm going to need something to be able to control the first stage, I think, because I don't think I can control it from here without something extra. I need like another command something or another added to this. Can I just add who's done this before? We'll land the first stage. We'll do that. That's what we're gonna experiment with. But I want to just add like something to the side of it so I can control it. Maybe this thing? That's huge. I don't want to add that. That's enormous. I just want to add something small to like a drone core to the side. Can I not do that? Can you launch the Falcon in KSP? Yeah, that's what we're going to work on here. I want to land the first stage, so I'm trying to give myself a way to control the first stage after we separate. Because I don't think I have a way to control it. I mean, I just want to attach something to the side of it. Maybe I'll just attach this thing to the side of it. How do I... What's the key to force something to attach? Somebody's got to know. Isn't there a key I can force it to attach somewhere? I just want this probe core to just go here so I can control it. Who knows how to work this game? It's one of the circle ones at the bottom. You do what in the who? How much time we got? We still got time. Wouldn't it take a very long time for certification of being allowed to allow humans to go on Starship? Well, you have to, so you gotta be careful when you talk about certification because there are 2 different types of certification. So you have like FAA certification, and then you also have the NASA certification for astronauts. So FAA certification, as much as people like to hate on the FAA, is actually less than the NASA certification. So like the certification that SpaceX had to go through to fly astronauts for NASA was much more difficult than if they just wanted to fly private astronauts themselves. A lot of times those are, you know, the FAA might enforce similar restrictions to what NASA has, but most of the time when we were talking about certification in the past, we were talking about NASA certification. And some of that was just certification through their contractual obligations, not necessarily like they must do this in order to be safe. It's like, well, you told us you were going to do this, therefore we won't let you fly astronauts until you do what you told us you were going to do. Let's see. Oh, the interstage has a probe in it? Okay. Good. Well, then I won't do anything. I didn't know it had a probe in it. Let's try it. You can fly first stage without. Okay, I didn't know that the first stage was controllable without it. Thank you for that. Let's see. Nick B. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Nick B says, "Tell Toby loves whatever I said hi. You're his favorite YouTuber." Okay, well, thank you, Nick B, for the support. And Toby loves whatever. Nick B says hi. I don't think I've ever gotten a super chat that asked me to say hi to somebody else. Not the super chatter. Let's see. SN15 might be moving to the pad. Yeah, I think maybe tomorrow. We might. No, not tomorrow. Friday. I lost track of what day we're on. Today's Wednesday. Maybe Friday. They might be rolling out to the pad. That's the last that I heard. Unless somebody else has more up-to-date information, I heard maybe Friday. Okay. Let's see if we can land the first. Where are we going to land the first stage? I don't know if I can make it all the way to here. We'll try. See if I can land it over here. Where are we launching from? Wait, no, we're launching from here. I want to land over here. Let's see. Let's warp to a better daylight time here. Oh, too fast. A little more. Keep going. Wait, what did I just do? Keep going. Right there. Okay, so we're gonna launch. I'm gonna try to land over here on this, like, South Korean type looking peninsula thing. I want to make sure we do it in daylight so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Imagine being able to go anywhere in our galaxy that fast, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, there's a new closure tomorrow for rollout? I did not see that. So maybe it is tomorrow. Last I saw was Friday for the rollout. Not a Friday launch. We still got lots of time. So remember, the average time that Starship has sat on the pad from rollout to launch is about like 30 days. Now, SN11 did it shorter than that, only like 23 days. So we got time between rollout and launch. Average is 30 days, but it is getting shorter and shorter. SN11 was on the pad for 23 days. So maybe they could do it in 2 weeks. I'd be surprised at that. I still feels like they're at like the latter part of that, like 2.5, 3 weeks from rollout to launch, but I like to be pleasantly surprised. If they can do it sooner, that'd be great. Let's see. Oh, Nick B again. Thanks again for your support. He says, have you ever played on RSSRO with RP1 in KSP? That's a lot of acronyms, and I don't know what RSSRO is. Have you ever played on RSS? Does somebody know what these acronyms? Nick, can you tell me what these acronyms mean? Maybe I'm not sure what you're referring to there. I know what RP1 is, but I'm not sure what the other acronyms are you're referring to, unless I'm just drawing a blank. Which, that happens all the time. Remember, we had the whole side carrots moment. This is not unusual for me to, yeah. That is improper staging. 5 minutes left until the next event. Yeah, so we got 5 minutes until they... we still got 20 minutes until satellite deployment, but we've got about 5 minutes until... Here's our event list. 5 minutes until second stage restart. Oh, here you go. Everybody's got the acronyms. Real solar system, realism overhaul, realistic progression. 1. That's with realism overhaul. Oh, okay. I gotcha. No, I've actually never used realism overhaul at all in Kerbal Space Program. RSS is real solar system. Okay, I gotcha. RSS with real. Have you ever played? No, I've not done that. I feel like I should. That would be fun. I've never used realism overhaul. I probably should. I just like to use the stock game for the most part, with the exception of like adding some mods like this one with the Falcon 9. Okay, let's launch it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can land it before... I only have 4 minutes to land it. We'll try it. We may have to pause halfway through, but... Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off. Da Vinci says it's 100 times harder than stock KSP. Well, that's not good. As anybody that's watched me play Kerbal Space Program, the last thing I need is something that's 100 times harder. That would not... That's probably not great. Alright, let's see. We're off. I do love the way... Let's see, go this way, this way, this way, this way. I gotta get my Lego space station out of the way. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, we're traveling the wrong way. I forgot the roll program. Which direction am I trying to go? This way? This way? This way. Yeah, I need to go 90 degrees. Here we go. This way. I got it. I got it. We're good. We need a roll program. I can't see the nav ball because my Lego space station's in the way. Here we go. Roll program. Heading this way. Come on. Pitch over. There we go. I gotta get some horizontal movement, or else we're not gonna make it to the... We're not gonna make it to land. I better pitch over even more. Go, 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 go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're losing control. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're not gonna make it over there. And I'm gonna run out of fuel. I just want to try to land. Oh, there we go. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna have no fuel left. Come on, just a little more. And come on, shut down. Okay. Ooh, just save a little bit of fuel. Separate. I want to switch to this thing. Wait, how do I switch to that? Unset target, switch to that. No, no, switch to... Cannot switch vessels while in the atmosphere. Oh, okay, well, that's a problem. Probably should have done the control from here before I separated, huh? Uh-oh, SpaceX is back. Back with some live views. Oh. Can I switch now? There we go. Switched it. Okay, hold on. Pause for a minute. Let's go back to SpaceX, because they're going to have second stage relight here. Any second. They're still playing music. We'll come back to that in just a second. Relight is coming up in exactly 1 minute. And we're getting some nice views here. Just keep the events list up. So this is a quick engine burn. It's only a 1 second engine burn, so we're probably not gonna see a whole bunch, but 1 second engine burn that happens right at oh, my clock is way ahead of them now. What happened here?
or SES-II, second engine start 2, in just a few seconds here. And it'll just be a 1-second burn. It's a very quick burn. It may not look like much on your screen, but it does take us to our targeted drop-off orbit. So we should hear that call out coming shortly here.
Should be pretty much it right there. Boom. 1 second. That's it. Done.
And there you saw it very quickly on your screen. We did get that green color flame. That's that T-Teb that I mentioned. We did have SES-II and SECO-II. Waiting for confirmation of good orbit. And we did confirm a good orbit.
Sweet.
So again, our Starlink sats will ultimately end up in a LEO or low Earth orbit about 550 kilometers above the Earth's surface, which is different than your typical geostationary or GeoSat, which orbits roughly 36,000 kilometers above Earth. And we have another 15-minute coast phase before we deploy our next batch of Starlink satellites into orbit. And during this time, the spacecraft will start to spin along its central axis, giving the Starlink satellites the momentum that they need to space themselves out over time after they deploy. So while this happens, sit back and enjoy some more space jams. We'll see you back here at T+1 hour and 3 minutes.
All right, so they got their music going again here, so we'll, let's go back to Kerbal. Let's see if we can land it. Thank you. Whoever just told me the keyboard shortcut to switch vehicles. Thank you for that, because I can't remember all the keyboard shortcuts, which is a huge pain. All right, let's go retrograde. Am I still on track to actually land? Yeah, barely. Look at this. Okay. So we're at stage separation. Now, let's see. We better turn on RCS so we can kind of control this a little bit. So we're actually still climbing right now. Warp forward a little bit. I have, like, almost no fuel. Should we get the grid fins? Is there an action for grid fins? 1, 2, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no quick action for grid fins. I mean, I can manually put out the grid fins, but that's a pain. Extend. Deploy, retracted, extended. There's gotta be a shortcut for this. Brake, oh, the brakes action group. Thank you. Let's put this back in. Let's do that. B. Oh, yes. See, you guys are on top of things with the... You guys are on top of things with the keyboard shortcuts. Gosh, There's so many. Try Alt F12. Alt F4. Oh, yeah, Alt F4. That'll do it. Alt F4. When landing, you gotta overshoot the land, because when you burn off horizontal speed, it'll shoot you back. Yes, we did do that, actually. We overshot it by quite a bit, and we're burning off. We're coming in now. You're gonna land in the water. I know, we might overshoot just a little bit, but I don't see, we're actually overshooting to here, and it says we're gonna land here, so we might land in the water, but hopefully not. We'll see what happens. We're gonna, let's see, I gotta turn this music off, like that. Can turn up Kerbal. The real question, oh, here we go. Atmospheric heating. Oh, probably should have done like an entry burn. Because we're coming in hot. Oh, don't blow up my grid fins. I don't have enough fuel to do an entry burn. No. No. Oh, how am I going to do this? I can't. Oh, we are screaming in. There's no way. Suicide burn is in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. 2. Oh no, we don't have enough fuel for this. 2, 1. Okay. Uh-oh. 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 Go! Ignite the engines! Ignite! 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 Why are you not igniting? No! Okay, well. Okay, listen. I've never claimed to be a Kerbal expert. Ah, what happened? Well, oh, and I didn't quick save it either, did I? Oh. Well, that could have been handled better. I couldn't. The throttle indicator was all the way at the top. SN horizon. Yeah, well, that could have. That could have been better. Well, it landed. Yeah, well, they all land. It's just how many pieces does it land in? Okay, well, I guess we're going to try that again. We got some time. We need more horizontal movement so that I can save some fuel to actually recover. All right, let's try again. And then maybe I can actually do like an entry burn so we're not screaming into the atmosphere at a bajillion miles per hour. Okay, we're off. Let's see if we can do this successfully again. We'll go roll program. Like this. Roll it. Like that. We're gonna pitch over early, nice and early. Pitching downrange. Pitching the right direction this time. Got 2 lies left. Yeah. Asphalt Spectre. Spectra. Spectre says, thanks for the super chat, man. Is it bad I trust NASA more than SpaceX? I mean, I don't think we have to really take sides here. I think SpaceX is definitely doing things very different than NASA is accustomed to doing things. So SpaceX is trying to move fast. They're not doing all the simulation and the super cautious safety approach that oh no, now we're gonna land in the dark. I didn't fast forward enough. Okay, uh-oh, now we're having a hard time keeping altitude here. No! Go! Uh-oh. Okay, well, I said I wanted to pitch more horizontal, but we're not. This is too much! This is too... I'm, like, struggling. It wants to pitch down. I'm trying to pitch up, and it's just coming down. No matter what I do, it's coming down. Oh, this is a problem. This is gonna be a major problem. It's just gonna pitch down. I got no... we pitched over way too low in the atmosphere. What happened here? Why do I have... Do I have, like... What is happening? Why did my engine just stop? What is happening? Do I have, like, MechCheb controlling this? What is... Descent guidance? I don't... No, I don't have this on. What is happening? I can't even turn on the engines. Like, we're just bombardiering down to the... I can't even turn on... What is happening? Why are you... Got some sort of engine failure here. Probably more like operator error. Let's be realistic. Well, R.I.P. to anybody that was wearing headphones for that. Okay, well. We're gonna explore the depths of the ocean. Come on! Okay, I got this. You're moving as fast and agile as SpaceX does. Yeah, that's really the... That's really what's happening. Okay, what is... Okay, I don't... Alright. 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 How many times am I going to say alright? I got this! Got 8 minutes to deployment for SpaceX. Okay, here we go. We're going up. Roll. Stop. Oh, we rolled too much. Too much. Back, 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 back. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's just climb for a minute. You should try to get to orbit. Well, we're trying to land the first stage. That's what I want to do. That's the goal here at the moment. It's going not well. Not well at all. Let's go. Three fails in a row. Yeah, well, hopefully not, but I make no promises. All right, we're going to start pitching over. Pitch over, keep going. Let's see if we can do this a little better this time. Gravity turn. There we go, exhaust plume expanding out. That's good news. Now we're gonna pitch way over. All right, now pitch way over. We're still gonna land in the dark. I forgot about that again. We're gonna run out of fuel again. Get over there. Come on. I can't get it over there. We need like a drone ship to land on. That's what we really need. Oh, she's bouncing all over the place. Look at the nav ball go. Oh no, this is not good. Oh no. We're gonna run out of fuel. We're spinning all over the place. I'm out of fuel. And... Yep, and out of fuel. Well, let's go to orbit. Oh, that's probably why I'm out of fuel, because I'm just screaming through the atmosphere. We've got so much drag going on. That's a problem. Okay, do that again. Come on, I gotta have this. I got this. You should launch north since it's all land. I gotta say, that's not a terrible idea. And I'm upset that I didn't think of that. Yeah, okay. Why did I not think of that? Yes, let's launch north. Oh, too fast. Okay, yeah, we're gonna launch north. Why am I... Oh, that was so... What? Oh, I don't know why I didn't even think of that. Let's just do that. That'll save the... Oh. Problem solved. We'll launch north. Okay, go. Oh. Probably should put the throttle up. How long we got to deployment? We only got a couple minutes. Use unlimited fuel. I know I could use the unlimited fuel cheat, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna cheat it. I wanna do it for real. Go north. We're going north. I am. Look it. We're pitching to the north. We got this time. Now we're going north instead of east. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That was like the smartest decision ever. Here we go. We kind of pitched over a little early, but hopefully it doesn't have disastrous consequences. Make sure we have a spot to land. We're still going up. We're okay. I think we even need to go like this way a little bit, don't we? So that we kind of stay that direction. Like that. All right, let's end it. Let's just end it right there. Whoop. Separation. Okay. That's it. Goodbye, second stage. Good luck to you. You get nothing. We only went to 20 kilometers, but that's all right. We're trying to pitch over. Okay, I can't. Let's do it this way. Go. Spin around. Spin around. Go retrograde. I can't spin it. She doesn't want to go. We're still in too much atmosphere. That's not good. That's not good. I don't think the second stage is person grimoire. That's not what the second stage is designed for. Are you sure? I'm not sure. Like, that seems perfectly legit. Oh, I can't pitch it around. I'm gonna have to turn the engines on a little bit. I need assistance. No, don't burn that way. No, go retrograde. Retrograde. No. No, retrograde, please. Please, we need... Oh, come on. Oh, no, I can't. It doesn't want to go. Oh, oh, the humanity. We're just gonna pile drive into the Earth. Oh, this thing. Come on. Oh, why is it so hard? It's almost like it's rocket science. Oh, second stage. Oh, no. Goodbye. Oh, well. I think I'm hired. Submit this to SpaceX as my application. And, pretty sure I've got myself a new career path now. Oh, okay. Perfect timing. SpaceX is back for deployment. Let's watch the experts. Let's listen to Jessie. She'll
seventh time and
she'll tell
the
us what's up.
79th recovery overall. Stage 2 completed its 2 burns to enable reaching the targeted drop-off orbit, and now we are coming up on the deployment of our Starlink satellites here shortly. And we are waiting to see if we can get some live views. Otherwise, if we don't, we should be able to hear the call out for payload deploy. And that should be coming here in just under 20 seconds or so.
Deployment's at 103.56.
Again, our second stage was spinning in preparation for the deployment of these Starlink satellites, and that gives them some momentum to spread themselves out over time after they deploy.
Should be deployment right there. If it's not, I'll show you my animation. If we don't have a camera view from them.
Payload deployment confirmed.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. There's that call out, and we do have a visual of those Starlink satellites drifting away from second stage out in space. Now again, this is their drop-off orbit. So shortly, they will deploy their solar array, and over the next few days and weeks, they will distance themselves from each other and use their onboard ion thrusters to make their way to their operational orbit.
And with that, that brings our webcast to a close. Thank you to the Range and FAA for supporting today's mission. If you're interested in Starlink service, head over to starlink.com and sign up. And as always, thanks for joining us and have a great afternoon.
Sweet. So that's it for them. And again, just to give you an idea of what we just saw, we played this a little while ago, but in case you forgot, so during that, it's hard to tell from the onboard cameras, but they do this spin maneuver, and this is to get a variation in speed of the satellites. So the satellites on the outside of the circle there are spinning slightly faster than the satellites on the inside because they're covering more distance in the same amount of time as the satellites on the inside. So inside, small circle, outside, big circle, both traveling the same amount of in the same amount of time, different distances. So then they just release that pin, let them go, and they kind of just fling out into space like this. It's a little bit slower than my animation, but they just kind of fling out there and separate themselves. There's no pushers in between all the different the different satellites there. They just kind of disperse on their own. And after they separate, that they'll spend the next couple of weeks doing checkouts, get a little bit of distance between themselves, make sure that they can actually successfully communicate, and then they'll start to raise their orbit over the next couple of weeks, get into an operational orbit in the next couple of weeks at 550 kilometers. So that's not where they are now. The destination orbit today, let me see, I've got it here. Where is it? One of these buttons. This one. Will tell me. I can't remember the actual destination orbit off the top of my head, but it's the destination orbit today was 261 by 278. That's kilometers. 261 by 278 kilometers. So that's low Earth orbit, not their operational orbit. They go up to 550 for their operational orbit. 53 degree inclination. So that's it for SpaceX today. I'm not done yet though, because we are going to get this. I am not leaving this stream until we actually have at least a legit attempt at landing this booster, because I know I could do better than this. I know we got this. Red Scorpion says 12 hours later I will still be here. Well, I can't be here for 12 hours because I'm actually I got to go back and do some work, but let's send it. I guess I'm going to try to go a little bit higher here so I have more control over the vehicle, because last time I couldn't turn it all. I had nothing. So I guess we're going to try to go a little bit higher. I was trying to conserve some fuel, but we're going to go a little bit higher here to start to do this. We'll still go to the north. Anthony Davis over on Facebook wants to know, how do they transition to a higher orbit? Does each thruster satellite have small thrust? Yeah, so each satellite has its own propulsion system. That's how they get to their own higher orbit. They also have the capability on orbit to do automatic collision avoidance. So that's how they would change their orbits to do collision avoidance. So yeah, each satellite has its own ion propulsion system. It can move around. It's not nearly as powerful as like the Falcon 9 second stage is, but they can do on-orbit maneuvers and raise their orbit. Got the fuel right. Yeah, well, we do have, we're fully fueled on the Kerbal vehicle here. That's assuming that's what you're talking about. So we are fully fueled. Question really is, can I save enough fuel for landing? Okay, so we're gonna go higher altitude this time. Oh, I didn't do it during daylight again. We're going to the north. Go up here like this. Cut off. So our apogee, yeah, okay, all right. I feel better about this one. Second stage is away. Goodbye, second stage. Maybe, can I do like, if I just get the second stage going, will it take off on its own? I'll go like this. Get rid of that. We don't have a payload, so... Okay, what happens if I do this now? Okay, goodbye, second stage. You're on your own. Good luck. Okay, alright, I got this. I got this now. Okay, so we're still climbing. Our apogee's 66 kilometers. We're at 56 now. We got 10 kilometers to go. Can't be that hard. It's not like it's rocket science, right? All right, let's see. Hey, there you go. Johan Rankel, thanks for the super chat. Says thanks for the enjoyable stream. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Watching me just fail at Curb. Carrie Ann, thank you for the support. Appreciate the super chat. Come on, you can do it. I could use, who had mentioned that? NWW116 Weather Research Program. Says you could use landing guidance. I know it's a little bit like cheating, but I could do it just for the sake of actually ending the stream. All right, let's turn our thrusters on. Let's go retrograde, because now we're at apogee. Let's get our grid fins out. We got this now. We got this. Should we get our classic pump up jam going? Where is it? I don't know. There it is. You got this. All right, I got it. I got it this time. I feel good. I might use landing guidance just for the sake of actually landing. Why don't you just land it in the fog? No one will see it. Now you're onto something like that. There we go. That's a good idea. We didn't. There you go, Monkey DKS. We didn't have the pump-up jams. That's why. That's why we were having an issue. I think you might be right here. We're coming in. We got this. Land in a populated area. Yeah, there's not really any populated areas in Kerbal. All right, bringing it in. What are we at? Let's switch to ground altitude. 24, 23 kilometers. Oh. Let's landing burn. Or entry burn, I mean. Uh-oh, wait a minute. No, we were doing so well. Oh, no. Oh, I had my... Oh, gosh. What the... Now, auto land. Oh, come on. Okay, well... That's a problem. It's not the way to do it. Okay, well, one more time. I promise I have this. I have this. You just watch the viewer count go like... Oh, come on. All right, one more time. Then I'm going to end it. I got this. I got this. Here, engine's facing the wrong way. That's a yeah, thank you. Thanks very much. Ah. Okay. Go. We got this. Okay. We're gonna have it this time. Feeling good. Come on. Come on. Falcon 9. You got this. Turn on SAS. I know, I thought I had SAS on. I didn't realize it shut off. It must have shut off when I switched vehicles and I never turned it back on. Alright, we got this. Come on. Remember, flamey end down. Got it. Got it. Thank you, Richard. Flamey end down. I got it. I'll remember that. Can you try a boost back burn? Let's wait a minute. Let's try the simple version first before we start complicating things. Let me just try to land it here first. You're trying to make it harder on me. I can't even do the easy one first. Hold on, I got this. All right, let's get some. Let's get a little bit of a pitch over here. Whoa, easy, easy, easy. Where are you going? All right, here we go. We're okay. We're all right. Everybody settle down. I got this. We need to save some fuel. Okay, shut down. Separation. Send it. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Goodbye. We'll send the second stage to, I don't know, somewhere. Here, you just go like this way. Okay? Go that direction. Maybe I'll come back to you. Probably not, though. Okay. Let's go retrograde, RCS, grid fins. Spin it around. Flip it around. Flamey end down. Got it. Richard told me flamey end goes down. This is, well, yeah, it's not exactly what Richard said. Right now we're flamey end up, but that's okay. Our apogee is 71 kilometers, so we're still climbing. Keep calm, you're making me stressed. It's making me stressed. Let's see. Just be better. Okay. All right. Carl got the solid suggestion. Just be better. Got it. All right. Try to do a nosedive. I think I got the nosedive part. I got that down. Like that. We are solid on nosedive capabilities. Hot bit towards the ground. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're bringing it in. We got this now. We're okay. We're all right. I think we're gonna be fine. Turn it now. We're okay. We're all right. We got a lot. Oh, actually, am I gonna go too horizontal? Might have to do like an entry burn of some sort, just so I don't land in the mountains over there. There, we used a little bit of fuel for an entry burn, just so we don't land in the mountain range. Okay, I got this. The thrusters are going crazy. Bringing it in. I don't want to land on that mountain there, but I think we're going to come up short, so we're okay. We're all right. All right. Okay. Now, flamey end is down. That's good. Flamey end down. Oh, look at this. You can see right inside here. I didn't know they had this in here. That's kind of cool. You can see the stabilizer for the second stage right there. Wonder how our second stage is doing. Nearby objects to focus on. No nearby objects. Oh, he's out of here. So, well, I don't know. He's up there somewhere. We'll check on him in a minute. Okay. Grid fans are activated. We're good to go. Come on. We are screaming in 800 meters per second. We're not really slowing down at all. We're speeding up. 28 kilometers. Oh. I don't want to use up our fuel, but let's do an entry burn. Slow ourselves down so we're not too crazy fast. You're in trouble. Second stage accidentally heading towards Russia. Yeah, right? There we go. Didn't get any heating. We're gonna use the guidance assist here so that we can actually like maybe end this stream. Look at those grid fins. Doesn't that look cool? Uh-oh. No! It's spinning like a top. Oh, why didn't I quick save? I should have quick saved it. What happened? Oh, come on! How long's that gonna spin for? This is gonna go forever. Okay. Alright, what? I know I said this last time, but one more time. There is no way. I can't leave like this. I need to land this. I am so angry at this right now. Come on! We got this. Maybe we need different pump-up jams. The Neon Renegade is not doing it for me today. What in the Jeff Bezos is going on here today? I don't know. It's just... I don't know. I'm conflicted. I want to see a landing, but no landing means more stream. I know, we can't go forever, though. Like, we gotta end it at some point. We gotta... You know what you're doing now, at least. I mean, that's... You're giving me a lot of credit to say that I know what I'm doing. I've been playing Kerbal for a long time. I think when did I buy Kerbal? It must have been like 2015, so I've had Kerbal for like 6 years. You'd think I would be better at this. Melina says, if you ever become a mission commander, let me know when you're launching. I'll be hiding in the salt caves. Yeah. I wish I could say I was like offended or something, but you're probably right. Like, let's be honest. Alright, we're heading this way. We're gonna pitch over. Like this. I'm gonna go a little bit more north than that. Not quite. Like this. Yeah, like that. Head that direction. And cut off. Okay. Separation. We're gonna send this down this way and go. Okay, second stage, go like, I don't know, go that way. We'll see in a bit. Okay, first stage, come on now. We got this. Grid fins out. We're gonna go retrograde. Spin it around. Come on now. You got this. We got it. Did I not have... Maybe I didn't have control over... Did anybody look up here at the probe control? Maybe I didn't have full probe control? I didn't even check that. Maybe that was my problem. Why it wouldn't... No, but the landing gear came out. I don't know. Booster 1099 by the time we land. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Right. Don't forget quick save. Oh, thank you. Which one's quick save? F5 or F9? F5. There we go. Quick save. There. So now at least if we fail, I've quick saved it. Thank you, everybody with the quick save recommendation. Thank you very much. See, you guys are always looking out for me. Use auto land early. I want to do an entry burn on my own. Here we go. Might have a new pump-up jam. I like this one. Alright, let's turn that down for a second. So we gotta land this. Let's go. Picking up speed. We're gonna do an entry burn here in a minute. I don't want to waste too much fuel. We're gonna wait to do the entry burn until we get a little further in the atmosphere. Right there. Entry burn. Slow it down. Bring it way down. And shut down right there. Okay. All right. Here we go. Come on. Can we do it this time? Do I have probe control? I have probe control. Come on. Give me a go, no go for landing. Retro. Booster. Fido. Is it gonna land on its own? Should I do auto land? I don't. Oh. Uh-oh. See, that's. Oh no, it just did it again. Why isn't it activating? Why? Why? Am I going too fast? Is that the problem? Shut down engine. No, why are you not activating? Why is the engine not activating? And we're done. Toast. Goodbye. See ya. Oh, now it's gonna activate. What are you doing? What is happening? Oh, yeah, put the landing gear out. That'll help. Yep, that's it. Maybe, am I going too fast? Why is the engine can't ignite because I'm going too fast? I don't know what's happening. Tori, it's a rocket, not a missile. Okay, let's try again. Luckily, we quick saved that time. Okay, retrograde. Good. Fast forward a bit. Oh, why didn't it? Okay, it's coming back. Coming back into the atmosphere. Gonna get some heating. I guess I gotta slow down more, maybe? I don't know. I couldn't activate the engines. They just refused to activate. There we go. Here's our heating. I'm gonna slow it down to get rid of the heating so we don't burn up in the atmosphere. Maybe we need to slow down more. There we go. We're practically like barely floating in the atmosphere right now. Okay, now the question is, will I be able to reactivate the engines? I still don't understand why I couldn't activate the engines. Is there some sort of limit on engine activation? This one will land? I don't know. You're giving me a lot of credit. Ah, see? Look at I activated the engines, but they're not activating. Why? I don't understand. Activate! 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 Turn the engines on! You... Okay, well... It's gonna be a problem. Put the gear out. Maybe it'll slow down. I don't know why it won't activate the engines. I have fuel. I don't know what's happening. This is upsetting. Oh. Everybody's giving up on me. I don't know. I mean, we have plenty of fuel. Throttle. I understand the throttle. It refuses to allow me to enable the throttle. I mean, I understand the throttle has to go up. It just won't do it. And I don't know why. That's the problem. Here, let me just tell it to auto land. I'll just tell it to auto land now. Let's see if it'll do it on its own. We'll see what happens. Land manually. Well, I could try, but I've tried both at this point. I tried landing manually and automatically. And we've tried both. Uncheck deploy chutes. Maybe, okay. Deploy landing gear, we definitely want. Use RCS, yeah, we definitely want that. Maybe it thinks that it has a parachute? I don't know. Use autopilot? Yeah, well, I've tried both at this point. I've tried auto and I've tried manual. Try again. I love this game. Yeah. This is gonna be the last one. If it won't do it this time, then I give up. Check the spark plugs. That's it. It's the spark plugs is the problem. I gotta go back to work. I got stuff to do. We're not even gonna do an entry burn. We're just gonna let it. You're gonna let it do its thing. See, there it goes. It just tried to activate the engines and not doing it. It's gonna fail again. You're gonna land it. No, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna fail again. It's just gonna scream into the ground. Look at 7 kilometers. We haven't activated our engines. We're gonna. It's not happening. Yeah, put the landing gear out though. That's for sure. There's something's going on here with the. Have 1, have 20, one more. I know, right? I said one more like 15 tries ago. I just don't quite. There's got to be. Like sometimes on some of these parts, there's a limit to like the speed at which it will deploy, but or the speed at which it'll activate. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. We're gonna do this. We're gonna slow it way down. Let's belly flop it like the Starship. I'm gonna belly flop it. I've done it. You may not believe me, but I've done this before. We're gonna just belly flop it in. See if we can slow belly flop like the Starship. There's a bit in the autopilot that says stage limit. I don't. Yeah, well, not for the landing one. I think that's just for the ascent guidance. Let's belly flop it. Do you think it'll work if I belly flop? Probably not. How many flights does this booster have? Too many. It's like Groundhog Day. I'm gonna cry if this works, right? We're gonna belly flop it. See if we can scrub off some speed. Imagine if this works. That would just be ridiculous. Oh, we're getting uncontrolled already. We got an uncontrolled spin. We're in a flat spin. Nope, nope, it's pitching down. Nope, 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 there it goes. It's not gonna do it. Yeah, abort the auto land. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, see, it won't activate the engines again. I don't know. Something's going on here. It won't activate. I don't know why it won't activate the engines. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why the engines just refuse to activate. At some point in the descent, it just won't, like, I can't throttle up at all. It just gives up. I'm just like, nope, no throttle for you. Look and see, I got full control over it here right now with throttle, no problem. Here, watch this. So I have the engines on. I'm not gonna touch anything. We're just gonna keep the engines on at low power. We're just gonna burn them all the way to the ground. I'll fast forward a little bit. We'll see at what point they turn off on their own. Right? So everybody sees that the engines are on this time. Auto fence post was enabled? I don't know what that is. Auto fence post. What's auto fence post? Is this a joke? Idle it in. Yeah, well, I'll try. No, see, look at right there. The engines just shut off. And I think it has something to do with the speed at which we're coming in. Like, once we get to a certain speed, it like flames out the engines. So now the engines are off and I can't turn them back on. Okay, something is happening. I think what I'm going to do, well, here's what we'll do. Just in the name of getting this done so we can get out of this stream, we're going to enable a cheat. We're going to do infinite propellant. Is it running out of oxidizer? I don't know, maybe. Well, here, let's figure this out, because I don't like to not know what's happening. I don't think so. Electric charge. I don't know, electric charge is up. Oxidizer is... We got plenty of oxidizer. We're in auto land. Grid fins are fine. Oxidizer fine. See, it's, yeah, just the flamed out again. But we got plenty of oxidizer. Put the gear out. Maybe the gear will slow us down. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, that didn't help. Oh, no! Well... Yeah, see, something's going on. We got oxidizer. We got electric charge. Oh, I can't click on it now. Yeah, we got electricity. We got oxidizer. We got control. I don't know what's happening. Look at, we're even like... Look how slow we're going. We're even we decelerated with the landing legs out. It should be perfectly capable of landing at this point. We're actually coming in. This is the slowest we've come in yet. It's still gonna crash, but... Okay. Last attempt. infinite propellant, infinite electricity. We're just going to try to bring it in manually. At some point, which I believe is because of the speed, it's just not... We got this, though. We're going to bring it in. We got infinite... Infinite propellant. We're just going to bring it in under power the whole way. Doing a lot of wobbling. Oh, and we're going to land on the mountains, too. Great. Well, maybe at least this time we'll land. Oh, what just happened? Whoa. That was weird. It just changed my entire trajectory, like, in an instant. And it changed my speed. That was really weird. But now we're below 30 kilometers with full control still. Keep this on. We got this. Come on. $14 kilometers. This is the best we've had so far. I think something funky was going on. Oh, it went from orbital velocity to surface velocity. Okay, that's what happened. Thank you. Well, this is the best we've had so far. I wonder if now... Here, watch this. We're gonna quick save. And now we'll try auto land. Let's see if it'll do it this time. I think it's got it this time. This time... Nope. Nope, it does not. Nope. And I have no throttle control. No throttle control again. Oh, man. What happens? Why do I lose throttle control? It's like once I get above a certain speed, it just loses all control. We're gonna keep it right here. Look at, we're at 4 kilometers. I'm just gonna see if we can land it manually this time. 3 kilometers. We'll put the gear out nice and early. Put the legs out. Something with the speed wouldn't allow the engines to activate. Because now look at, we're at 2 kilometers and we're doing just fine. Actually, we're at 700 meters. That was sea level altitude. we got a bit of a hill here. We're landing in the mountains, but hopefully it doesn't tip over. Let's null out our horizontal velocity here. Uh-oh. 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 Wait, go up. Go back up. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good. Not good. Oh, we were so close. Hold on, I got this. I got this time. This is the one. How many times are we gonna do this? This is the one. I can feel it. There we go. We got this now. I'll come back in 12 hours. I got this one, I'm telling you. I think we got it sorted out now. Oh, she's getting a little wobbly. Easy, easy. Wish I wasn't landing in the mountains, but okay. Let's just go here. Gear out. Now I'm gonna land directly on this tree. Stay away from the tree. $500 meters, coming in. It's literally going right on the tree. Are you serious? I'm just gonna hover for a minute so we can avoid the tree. We got a lot of horizontal drift. I don't want to... I don't know what to do. We're traveling horizontal. I can't null out the horizontal drift. Oh, now I'm going to land right on this hillside here. I don't want to do that. We're going to go up a little bit. Let me go up and, hold on, I got this. Oh no. Hold on. We need more altitude. Nope, this is not gonna do it either. I give up. Alright, I quit. We were so close. You know I can't quit. Alright, this stream is just gonna go on forever and ever and ever. I hope you guys had nothing to do today, because I'm doing this until we actually land it. Which can't be much longer, because I really do have to... Okay, gears out. We're in retrograde. So we should have all of our horizontal velocity should be completely nulled out. We should have no horizontal velocity right now. We're just gonna come straight down. Slow it down. Easy. Easy. 600 meters. I wonder if it'll auto land now. Let me try to auto land now. Oh! Oh, it's gonna do it! It's gonna do it! It's got it! Yes! Touchdown! What? No! Oh! Oh, that's close enough. I don't even know what to say about that. All right, well, that was the worst Kerbal experience I've ever had on stream. I give up. All we have left are just landing legs floating in the breeze here. I mean, it kind of landed. That was ridiculous. All right, I'll get better. Probably not, but I will try. And we'll be back for more something. I don't know. That was ridiculous. Ah, I'm so frustrated. But it was fun. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. I'm gonna have to do something. I can't just end on that sort of. I mean, I'm ending this, but I need to redeem myself somehow. So maybe we'll do something. Maybe I'll do something in our Discord or something. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, we've been here forever. I'm leaving. I've had enough. But thanks for joining me. This was fun. We got to see Starlink launch today. Successful. It was great. It was fantastic. My Kerbaling, not so much. So that's it. That's gonna do it for me. Thanks everybody for the encouragement. Whatever this was. I don't know. Land on a drone ship. I know. I just have to land some. I should have went SCE to AUX for sure. Definitely should have. Yeah, that was. I'll redeem myself. I'll figure this out. We'll do it better next time. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks for, if you hung out this long, I don't know why, but I'm glad that you did. Thanks very much, everybody. Maybe we'll see you in Discord, or I'll see you next time in whatever our next show is. All right, have a good rest of the day. I gotta go to work. Enjoy your Wednesday. See you later, guys. Goodbye.